was mine. Then the tape turned south, and I felt that old hard grind. I seen the red come in on a trade I had to ditch. Took my pride off first, then I hit that exit switch. Ain't no shame in the stop if the plans get gone. One wrong turn won't kill me if I cut it off before it's long. Take a loss, boss, live to fight one more. Take a loss, boss, keep your boots on the floor. If I'm wrong, I know it, I don't have to stay. I was with you for a second, then I split the scene. No chain, no crown, no lucky hand, just a mouth full of dust where my promise had been. Oh, heart in my throat, hand on the wheel. I kept saying maybe, like maybe it was real. One more swing, one more spin. The house was smiling, letting me in. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, maybe. Ride too high, burn too fast. Cash in my pockets, gone in the blast. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. I learned the hard way what hunger can do. It puts on a diamond face, then it runs right through you. One step back, one breath in, a little less thunder, a little more skin. No more craving, no more show. I want my feet on the ground, where the real ones grow. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, maybe. Ride too high, burn too fast. Cash in my pockets, gone in the blast. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. I burned my lesson, now I know. Bet it all, and watch it go. Step up, step up, step up. Step up, step up.
The screen's glowing, it's 3 a.m. Charts are moving, I'm chasing them. Candle whispers, they speak in flames. Risk is the devil, but I play his game. Quick moves, no time to cry. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I had you. Scalp or die. Thrills my heart. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Green and red, they're my only friends. A 1-minute chart, it never pretends. Pull the trigger, my heart beats fast. Every second, the future's the past. One shot, don't ask me why. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I had you. Scalp or die, the thrills my heart. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Ooh. The screen's glowing, it's 3 a.m. Charts are moving, I'm chasing them. Candle whispers, they speak in flames. Risk is the devil, but I play his game. Quick moves, no time to cry. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge it. Scalp or die, thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Ooh. Green and red, they're my only friends. A 1-minute chart, it never pretends. Pull the trigger, my heart beats fast. Every second, the future's the past. One shot, don't ask me why. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge it. Scalp or die, the thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Win or lose, I kiss the sky.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Sound check, vibe check, mic check. I did about 4 scalps in the first minute of trade with you guys, just to show you a little bit of the structure that we're doing. I have my friends from Paw Patrol over here to remind us to only buy the pause candles. Just a play on words. I think it's a good one. And the idea basically is that here you have the dot candle, and we're buying the next one. We're buying the retrace candle. Instead of chasing the high, we wait for the retrace, position ourselves over here, stop was over here. Both of these trades worked out really well. We took this one over here for a quick scalp. Then there was a second one over here I took for a quick scalp. I actually have a third one setting up right now, which I want to buy against this position over here. So this is going to be just this tiny little scalp over here. Adjust ourselves over here. Sizes are small, the ranges are tight, but we are following the basic paradigm of what we like to trade, which is we're using the ICT block. There's a buy block underneath here that supports our buy bias. We're obviously strongly up for the day anyways, so the bias has been up pretty much most of the time. But in the most immediate bias is to the buy side. This is the buy dot engulfing dot. This is the pause candle that lets us get in more or less at a retrace level, not a chase level. And we're trying to see if we can get further extension. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, tiny little stop, we'll reconfigure and look for the next setup in the next 5-10 minutes. And that's how we grind it out on a minute by minute basis to give us really good risk control and to give us very, very steady flow of profits. I'm going to share with you some of the things that it takes to trade the way we do, so that you can sort of understand, the grind sometimes that it entails. I had a couple of very, very good emails yesterday from people who said that they were able to come back from large deficits by just grinding it out for the rest of the day. That's exactly what we're going to do now. Okay, so we get tagged out on this particular trade as the continuation kind of dies out. The buy order block still operating of our bias unless it comes all the way down here and busts it. So our next possible setup is if we get a candle that does not have a dot behind it. So we have a red dot candle serve a sell-off in an uptrend. The next candle that does not have a dot, that doesn't make fresh lows, is going to be our anchor candle. And we're going to try to get underneath that as a stop and try to see if we can trade back to the moving average or above. Yes, patience is what it takes. It takes a little patience, and more or less it just sort of takes control of size. I'm going to share with you two contrasting ways of trading, and you tell me which one gives you a higher probability of success. We'll do that maybe like at around 9 o'clock when everybody gets into the room and starts trading. So for now, 16 seconds left. This candle is showing us a red dot, so we let it go. Haven't found the bottom yet, so we will let them trade it out. Well, we'll see. Maybe it has. Maybe it has. Let's see. Nope. Dot on the candle, so no trade. We're just letting it go. See if this is a shallow sell-off or a deeper sell-off in the trend. Markets have been just soaring today. We took out the 30,000 last night. Now we're 30,200. Really, gotta give props to this rally. It's been just a buy side only rally, and I've been primarily on the long side most of the time. But you'll see how things go. Starting to get a little bit of a sell-off, maybe a topping right in front of the New York Open. So they may drop this all the way down and bust the buy block. As a matter of fact, I think one more candle down could trigger a sell condition for us, in which case we're operating under the most recent ICT block. So if we get a sell block, we're going to go into sell mode and start looking for sell trades and sell pause trades. Our buddies from Paw Patrol are keeping us company here and reminding us to not chase, but to retrace and take only retrace trades. You see, by the way, how good this setup that I have in mind is. We don't stand in front of a moving train, right? Like every time they start printing these dots, that means they're making fresh lows. There's no point in trying to buy this dip. Now, as a matter of fact, you see, I told you the sell block is in operation, and we're going to be looking now for any kind of a pause in the sell condition, and we're going to assume a sell posture in this next trade. Exactly, Michael. Sell block just popped, and we're looking for a little bit of a sell posture in here. Now, this is a tough trade, and honestly, 9 out of 10 times look at this. Well, what happened here? Whoa. News? What is that? Hold on. Why do we pop? Let's see. Do we have some news? Wow, this feels like news. ADP weekly actual was 35. Why would ADP forecast? Wait, is that a? Let me see what that means. Is that like a much calendar? Wait, hold on. Let's go to calendar. Why is that such a positive reversal? That's really interesting. Huh. Now, this sounds like it might be some news. I don't think it's the ADP number. There's some kind of positive news on the flow. So we actually just went straight to positive flow. And I'm going to chase this. I'll explain to you why I chased this. Did I buy it? Where am I? Yeah, let's see if we can just get too fast. Sorry, I didn't reconfigure myself fast enough. I might have to eat this trade. Damn it. What happened? Let's see if I can get this out. All right, you know what? I'm getting out of this position because I got myself into big trouble on this trade. What I was going to say is when you get a reversal like this, it's perfectly okay to take the first dot, which would have been over here, but I was very, very late on the trade. So I took the second dot. Now we're going to just stay very disciplined and just wait for a pause candle. For our buddies, going to wait for a pause candle. Clearly, some sort of I don't have the news, so I don't know if it's some positive Iran news or something. I mean, it really feels like something big is happening because they're letting any pause to happen. But we're going to wait for a pause and take that pause when we get a chance. Some Iranians news per Iranian State TV. Iran has a draft framework with the U.S. So that's what I figured. I figured it must be an Iranian news. But let's just wait for a cleaner setup. And if we don't get it, we don't get it. We'll just have to, we'll stay patient. Do they have any news on what the draft framework is? Military vessels not included in this draft agreement. Return is committed to restoring a number of commercial transits to some pre-war levels. Really? This doesn't sound like a deal that U.S. would agree to. It feels bullshit, but okay, we will let it play. Okay, we're getting a maybe a pause candle here. Let's see. $30 seconds left. All right, I got in a little bit early because I'm going to be underneath this candle over here and see if this works. Maybe not. We'll see. I mean, it's it's news flow, so it's always going to be super volatile because again, this sounds like bullshit. So I think they might just simply unwind it. It's not natural demand; it's news-driven demand. So I don't know how much continuation we have. If it doesn't work, it's fine. We took the setup with a proper stop. Like this is the stop is underneath this candle here. If it doesn't hold, we'll reconfigure. So recapping, what's basically going on is we had Iranian news here spike the market up. We waited patiently for a retrace candle. It's kind of consolidating, obviously, after a big move. We're holding our position against the stop. If they can't hold the stop, then obviously the buy impulse is muted for now. And we're still operating under the buy block until the market tells us differently. So we will see if this works. This looks very problematic. And if it doesn't, we'll reset our trades on the next possible thing. We're still remain buy biased or bullish biased until the buy block changes its conditions. But we're trading within news flow. News flow is always going to be volatile, which is why, again, you're staying small, you're staying controlled, and you're not getting crazy on the positioning here. But this looks like this one, they're going to take us out over here on the bottom here. We'll see. This is my stop. This is the natural stop after the breakout. And we'll see if they can hold it right now. Let's just see what the news flow is saying. You see a very narrow agreement just on the Strait of Hormuz movement. No word from the U.S. yet. All right, we popped back up a little bit here. All right, we're going to take the trade over here because I got myself into a pretty deep hole. I'll take the scalp where I can. And we held it. I mean, we survived the retrace. And it's a good example of where if you're buying here, you had like almost twice as much risk. Buying over here gave you the patience to hold out until we kind of re-rallied. We didn't have to re-rally much. Remember, we just basically re-rallied just a little bit above this entry point here, versus having to have been, we would have had to come in around 70s, and we're not even at 70s yet. Instead, we came in around 40s, and we're able to resolve around 55s. So it's a good example of Paw Patrol in action, just staying very, very, very tight to the to the process. Again, going to go small size here. How much time do I have? 22 seconds. This is another dot against the non-dot trade. So we're going to hold this with a stop basically over here. If this plays out, see if we can get another move here. All right, long here, stop's going to be over here. Target will be over here. Target is 49. Oh, we're getting choked up. No problem. We'll come back, reconfigure ourselves, back for the next run. Still operating very much under the buy conditions. We're just simply running out of gas over here. So question is, do we have a sell-off with higher lows? In which case we'll make a nice turn trade. So here comes the red dot trade. And as I said, if this thing makes red dots, then the next candle does not. We'll take that for the turn trade back up to the moving average. Still basically operating on buy, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip until it turns negative on us, and then we'll try to sell the rip. A very, very simple structure. We're getting a little bit clipped out on both sides of the market, but that's very neutral for us. That's the whole point. Before, we would have to chase the high, sell the low, chase the high, sell the low. Here, we get clipped a little bit. We could just reconfigure and get ourselves into this right on the right side of the mode very, very quickly. Good morning, everybody. Who's new in the room here today? So what I'm watching for as far as a turn, I either get a red dot, not dot type of structure, or I have higher lows, which I don't have right now. They're making equal to lower lows. So the sellers still have control. There isn't any kind of bargain hunting just yet. After, you know, the big rip forward. Again, this does not seem, I mean, you know, it doesn't seem like anything. This addresses none of the issues. No mention of uranium enrichment, no mention of frozen funds. Yeah, it just seems like a very, very narrow. It's kind of like we're not going to shoot at each other in Strait of Hormuz. They're just working on that one single factor. All right, getting a red dot. Yeah, dogs definitely stay happy, right? Okay, look, we're getting a nice big reversal move on this one. It's still 52 seconds left, so let's see. Again, is this a spike? It's all of this seems very, very kind of spiky. But if this candle holds, that's a nice legit trade for us because we hold the stop against here, get long here wherever it is, and try to trade back up to the upside. Still dominant on the buy block here, and our buddies from Paw Patrol reminding us to hang tight. Am I going to get in? Yeah, I am in. All right, good. So this is my stop. This will be my target. Let's see if we can get this organized a bit. So our stop is actually should be right underneath here. That's a stop should be here. See if we can. So our stop is pretty much under. This is the low point. We're trying to see if we can get a little bit further upside price action on the move here. What is our target? Around 49? Yeah, 49. Somewhere around the 49 area. See if we can get a run. Yeah, so like actually, yeah, we'll see how this hour obviously could be very interesting because it's, you know, it's sort of pop and then chop, right? And we just stay patient through the chop until we get the moves. But like the prior couple of hours were really good. Here, let me show you on the charts here. I was trading my other account the prior few hours, and you had like really beautiful upside moves here, and all of the retrace moves, because you're still basically in a buy condition, were all incredibly productive because you were buying over here, they were bursting, you were buying over here, they were bursting, you were buying the turn, they were bursting, you were buying the turn, maybe you got stopped once, but you buy the turn again, and they were bursting. So there was just like really nice nice configuration here. You had like 4, 5, 6 consecutively positive flows, because what you're looking for is that beautiful, you're looking for that, you know, if you're upside, you're looking for that wave, settlement wave, just basically you're buying these pieces here to go higher, to go higher, to go higher, to go higher. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, what did I just do? What did I just do? Command Z. Okay. This is what I want to do, remove 18 drawings. Okay. Very quiet, still nothing going on over here. So this is our structure over here that we're trading, basically. Yeah, I agree, Michael. It's kind of like yeah, it's sort of a natural pause, right? So it really does. What are the TV indicators that we're using? We're actually this is all proprietary, Jay. It's my own indicator, my own dots indicator that also has a built-in ICT order blocks inside of it. So it makes it just super easy for us to have one single indicator laid out. If you're interested in the indicator, oh, I forgot to tell you guys, coaching is tonight. Change your plans because I got to go see my daughter's play tomorrow. So those of you that want to join me for coaching, here's the link. Everybody who just joined me this week, you're all going to get the link for coaching. So yeah, absolutely. It's going to be very, very interesting. I'm going to discuss this in obviously full detail in coaching. But yes, to get the indicator, you need to be part of coaching, and then you have the full access to it, both in wealth charts and in TradingView. So that's how we work it. Okay, Jay. Thank you for asking. So again, coaching tonight, 7 p.m. Not our usual Thursday slot, because it's the theater season, so we have to go out there and support. Really, just kind of died here. The price action died a little bit. I still think, I mean, pre-market, certainly positive bias, news flow out of Iran, whatever you think of it, is definitely not negative. Maybe we'll see, a little bit more of a positive bias as the market opens up. We'll see. Right now, we're just in absolute dead waters, doing nothing, just, twiddling our thumbs, see how it plays out. What time is it? Oh, this is actually a good time. I wanted to kind of share this with you guys. Let me see if I can do this properly. Hang on. I really wanted to kind of show everybody two contrasting ideas, while we're sort of very, very slow. Let me pull the data. Just bear with me a sec. Bear with me a sec. I'm going to try to pull the data, because this was truly a brutal run. Hang on. I want to do custom range 25. No. Custom range 25 to 27. Right. Yeah. Wow. This was brutal. Okay. So this was this, right? And let me show this to you. Hang on. All right. This is a prototype of the trade analyzer that I built for everybody. It will be available on PropTrader Edge pretty soon. I'm going to preview it with you guys. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just share with you the 2 days of trading that I did. This one account that was just brutal in terms of this is an account, look at this. 70% of the money was on commissions, because I was just grinding these trades and basically learning the rhythm of the scalp setup, which is why I made a huge amount of mistakes. But the key point I want to make is that I was making lots of mistakes, and I kept going back, and I kept staying to process, and I kept staying small, and I kept staying small, and I kept staying small. And I kind of, I want to show you the sequence of trades. This is a huge amount of trades. Huge amount of trades, no doubt about it. Like look, it's 28 trades on Monday, right? And even a ridiculous amount of like 90 trades. So I win, then I lose, and I reconfigure, recover. Then I lose again because again, execution. I'm learning the better execution structures, or I'm just making bad decisions. Then I win and I lose back, and it's just 3 or 4 times. And if you can just avoid getting dejected, you see how I'm coming back from the reds, just coming back. It's trading small, coming back, and the account. My whole idea was I was at 300. I needed to get to 400. It was just $100. It took a very, very long time to make that $100. But the most important part is you see there's just no tilting here, right? Now, in this particular trade analyzer, it's very cool. It shows you like all of your trading patterns here that I showed you. This is just 2 days worth of work. It'll tell you how you did by the hour, where I got into trouble. I got in trouble in the 4 a.m. hour, 11 a.m. hour as usual. You can actually see, like where you're going to get trouble and where you kind of recover a lot of your P&Ls. And this is the most interesting thing that you can see is in terms of where do I make all of my profits, right? And this is sort of the 1 contract to 6 contracts type of a structure. This is all mini contracts. Win-loss streaks, how I had to battle back. But this is the most interesting part is where do I make most of my money as a scalper? And you can see that there's a couple of very bad outlier trades where I'm like 3R negative, a couple of good ones where I'm 3R positive. But really, the whole meat of the money comes in here, where I'm making small losses and small wins, and that differential of about twice as many small wins as small losses is really the difference between winning and losing for me. This is where the whole essence of what I do, comes to fruition. And then there's obviously all the other standard analytics that you can use. So hopefully you guys like it. This is going to be a very, very cool thing. And then if you wanted to, you could just simply click this and you can download all of your results to your web page. But I wanted to show you this against, let me find it. Just bear with me. Okay, against okay. This is Whelan, right? Blowing. You can't even see it. He spent $10,000 in 1 hour, just 1 hour. This is his work in 1 hour, where he just loaded up, burnt his accounts, loaded up, burnt his accounts. His whole goal was to pass 5 lucid accounts. So he was just not loading it up once, but he was doing it on trade copier at 5 at a time and just blowing it. And my point is, he got funded. That's wonderful. He spent $10,000 to get 5 evaluation accounts funded. So basically to get nothing, but just to get, to get into the funded stage. And it kind of reminds me of, like when you're at a carnival and you're shooting baskets for your child or for yourself, and you spent like $300, or you're in that fishing bowl, where you're trying to fish the toy, and you spend like $300, and eventually you get that one tiny little $1 toy. Like, this is what that is. This is basically you spend $10,000 to win $1 type of thing, versus not glamorous, not pretty, but much more consistent to what is, what you're really trying to do, which is take the money out of the market. So I just kind of wanted to show this as a structure. We got slammed on this trade, so now we're in a sell condition, which is fine. So we'll reorganize ourselves into sells. We don't have any sell trades right now setting up, so we will organize into a sell mode once it does, and we'll keep going. But yeah, this is just the whole point. Yes, you can take small losses and come back from them, or you can just simply load up and try to, you know, kill yourself with this. And that's a key thing, you know. Yep, exactly. It's exactly a good point, Michael. That's the whole point, is that we take three, you know, it takes maybe an hour or two to kind of reconvene. So this is, I'm not surprised that the market is unwinding this piece of news. And we basically got stuck on a news flow move, which is inorganic in itself, right? There's kind of artificial demand, and now it's all going to be unwound as supply. Now, unfortunately, I haven't been able to get into any of these trades because we just have a continuous down market. Let's see what we can do on this move here. 14 seconds left. This seems to be a little bit of a pause trade. The natural stop is going to be right against over here. Going to be right over here. So we'll see what we can do here. Sell market against the secondary stop to 97, right? This one, yeah. It's popping against me because it's not a great entry. We'll see if I can get some continuity, but because it basically sort of stopped. Let's see if it can just resolve me to the downside. Come on. Flat. All right, I'm just going to take a little bit of this back because this is a very, very large risk for what I did not, I didn't think there was going to be much continuity just yet. So we'll wait patiently, see where the market wants to go. The trade should have been like right here, but I didn't quite get a chance to, to get that good retrace. Let's wait patiently. There was the reason why I don't like these kind of moves is because when there is no retrace, you're sort of selling at the bottom here, and you're already putting yourself into a bigger risk position. I should have been here at this trade, but I took time off to kind of show you the setups from yesterday. So I missed this one. There'll be another one coming back. I'll be happy to trade it then. We'll see. This trade was, I probably actually could have gotten more. It was 75 to 60, 65, a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, the whole point of how we trade is we don't care about the next trade or the trade after that or the trade after that, because we're always trading small and focused. And we can always, we can always come back from the drawdowns when the market becomes cooperative to what we want to do. So the next natural trade for us would be if we start to get a rally, we get a white dot, sort of a counter trend rally up, and then a failure, like where it doesn't extend and the sell block still stays in place. This was a little bit of a, bad luck trade. And there's a lot of bad luck trades when you're scalping. That's the thing. Throughout the day, you're going to hit a lot of bad luck trades, and you need to just pretty much not worry about them. This was a bad luck trade because this was a sell, and literally the whole profit was pretty much in this candle, right? Had this candle been over here, we would have been able to make a really nice scalp over here instead of getting clipped out to the other side. So that was unfortunate. And then you're always also going to be absolutely faked out by the market moves, right? So coming in over here, if the market slowly drifted over, I would have been able to get the full 10 points. But then you had a big spike out over here, and I was like, fuck, they're gonna reverse it. So now you just have recency bias. So you're like, oh, let me just take whatever I can. So you took +5. The market is always going to play lots and lots of mental games with you, and you're not going to be able to overcome them. So you just have to accept a lot. If you're trading small, you can accept a lot of these flaws and still come out on top, as long as you stay patient and you stay focused on your trades. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are about 35 minutes from the open. We had a big spike up, all of which got completely unwound on sort of a nothing burger news out of Iran that they're going to open up the Strait of Hormuz, but nothing is being really done on the geopolitical front. And no confirmation from the U.S., by the way. So we don't know if that's true or not. We'll have to see. But basically, we went from 340 straight down to 270, just completely unwound the move. Today, Michael, minutes feel like hours. It seems very, very slow in pre-market, even though you've had a lot of movement, but it's just sort of this very drippy little movement. So as I said, the trade for us, because we're still operating under the sell conditions, is if we get a white dot pop and then followed by a non-dot, sort of like failure, we're going to be able to take that as a short. But for now, the longs don't even have any ability to pop the moving average. They're just, everything seems to be drifting lower. My target today is try to take this to 52,000. We'll see how close I get. A little bit underwater here today because we missed a couple of trades and then we got flipped on the wrong side, but very early, as I said. This one was at 200. I'm trying to take this to 300. By the end of the day, it's already pretty close there. And, you know, just basically the whole idea is to move every single account up by 100 a day. We're busting the prior buy mode. So the lower drift is still in place, but very slow, like really, really slow movement here. If you want to do a little degen trading, definitely not recommended. But if you want to have fun, if this candle doesn't print a dot, you could take a stab at the fact that this is a near-term low, and try to trade underneath this natural low, but it's got to hold here. I'm not holding my breath. You can try this in a different account. Maybe the 61 account, yeah. Just for shits and giggles. This is a very, very small stop. So it's got to hold this over here. Oh, look at that. And just popped up. Come on. Come on. Come to Poppy. Let's go. We're almost there. There we go. And that was nice. Like just a quick scalp. I'm just because I'm a little bit bored, but also because this is not a horrible trade. You've had lots and lots of sell-off, right? This isn't with our dot structure. But if you're going to trade a counter trend, trade something intelligent. You made fresh lows. You haven't made fresh lows. It's actually, in some ways, this could be a very, very powerful move. You could have like a 3-to-1 risk reward ratio on this one. This was like a 1-to-1 for me, but it was it was cute. But we picked up something very quick while I'm just basically holding onto the position. But this kind of a look where you have a dot, no dot, is a really nice little trade. Yeah, you definitely could. You definitely could, Michael. So we died here before the market opened, but it looks to me like they want to, we're gonna get a green dot. Like they stop making fresh lows here, right? And again, if you want to play the game, well, here comes another red dot. So where my friends from Paw Patrol? Did we leave them? You have to go find them again. Here we go. Well, I think when I erased it, I erased everything. There's my friends. So this is kind of a tough trade, but not really. Let me go back to 42. So this is a retrace trade, right? Against this red dot. It was like this a pause trade. The problem is we just don't have a natural stop all the way till over here, till about 85. But worth a shot. I'm going to take a sell here and really just kind of use this as my natural stop. See if I can get a quick scalp back. I'm not sure I could, but if I don't, it's fine because we're still operating very much under sell conditions unless this really, really reverses back up. This found a bottom, and then we'll reverse back to to a buy bias. But this isn't a great trade, but we got nothing else going on here, so I'm kind of creating it. That here comes the white dot, so that's one thing I was concerned about. That we still can make it. Come on, come on, baby. The one thing I wish wealth charts had was a much better, quicker, sell exit dot, like close positions, because like trying to find yourself on the flattened piece, sometimes you're kind of late. All right, we'll see if this reverses to the buy side or comes back down. Hey, astrologer, how are you? We're kind of having a slow start here today. Even though there's been like a lot of price action, it just kind of drifted over here. Come on, let's go. There we go. All right. So, that worked, which is, it meant it was supposed to work, but it's really hard to take a sell trade against a super deep sell off already over here. You're already starting to think about the reversal move. But again, Paw Patrol comes into handy. The dot, the retrace trade. We didn't have a natural stop till all the way over here, so I kind of chose this as a natural stop, so it was a very low risk. And then we came back down and resolved the trade to the downside. Now we're starting to make fresh lows. The market really accelerating. So we just sit here and watch. So I'm just hesitant, because I'm a little bit gun shy. Not because I'm gun shy, because I'm literally affected by the recency, by the fact that we are so deeply oversold. This is the sell block. We're like 100 points underneath the sell block. But you can see how my own hesitation is immaterial to the actual trade. Here, you taking the short here, you're fine. You're taking the short here. You just have to trust the setup to continue taking the moves. But we all do the best we can. But this was just a good example of where there's no such thing as being oversold or overbought. You got to stay in that trade until the signals change. Market's clearly very negative. I took like 2 out of like the last 5 trades that could have worked, right? So let me show you. This trade worked. So that's trade 1. I didn't take it because we're just not watching the markets. This trade worked. I don't think I even saw. I know this was a trade that I got spooked down on. This trade worked. It spiked against me. So I put a short target on here. I could have had a much bigger target. So that's 2. This trade we actually did trade. That was correct. But again, spike out and no natural stop to way up there, so it kind of limited us. And this trade I passed up on, and it would have worked very nicely. So, like 2 out of 4 possible trades that I could have taken. It's just a good example of like, here's the setup. You're not going to be perfect, but understand that and just keep sticking to the setup. Coming up to VWAP over here. Actually, where's the VWAP? VWAP over here is a little bit closer. I'm going to do something against my my rules. Oh no, I get a sell block now, right? A sell block. No, it's a fresh sell block. I really can't fight. I was gonna if I get a higher low, I was gonna buy it, but now it's just a continuation of a sell block. basically 100-point unwind, full unwind of the move. Okay, I'm going to play this, even though this is the wrong approach, but at least it has a reasonable, logical structure. This candle does not make a fresh low. We're going to use this low as our natural stop, which of course looks like it doesn't. It's not going to happen. We'll see. I don't know. And we'll see if we can get a little bit of a mean reversion trade back up. Just because I love buying bottoms, but this is not my standard. The trade here is to actually sell this for further continuity with a stop over here. That should be the right trade. And these mean reversion trades, I'm just, looking for a quick bounce. I am definitely not looking for a big turn here. So see if I can get a quick bounce here. Look at that. Listen to my own. Continuity trade dominates. I should have simply sold this. I thought of myself. I was like, you really should just listen to your own setup. Stop trying to find the bottom. It's a good example of just me not, do as I say, not as I do. All right. Well, that, genuinely deserved to lose on that one because my setup was actually to sell this. And I was like, let's try to buy this. No, it's just a continuity sell trade. Shouldn't have faded it. It happens. More downside. They're really breaking it down. Market really look at this. This is a 300-point or 100-point move back down to the VWAP over here. Interesting. I think it was also because I was thinking that they were going to hold the VWAP over here well charts, but they didn't. Here's the VWAP on TradingView. It's a little bit different. There's a buy block underneath here. One more degen trade here against this stop on the assumption that this is going to be high or low. Let's see if it holds. There we go. All right. So even though I was wrong on the other one, and I was like wrong to take a trade, the point being is I kind of want to explain to you is even if you're not taking your setup, but you're taking the counter trend to your setup, you want to still stay rational to what you're doing, right? So in the case of the original setup, the rationality was we have a higher low. Is it going to make the move back to the moving average as a mean reversion trade? It didn't. It stopped me out. So on the next move, you don't just simply buy blindly. You actually wait for the second time the setup to materialize yourself. Like here's the first time, right? Higher low over here, it dies, just doesn't make it. You get stopped out, fine. Here's a second one over here. You get long behind it, it doesn't die. And you recover and you do okay. The point being is whatever it is that you're going to do, don't be random about it. Have a plan, understand your plan, understand your structure. I was still, if I was going to be wrong, I was still going to stop myself out at this particular place over here because it's a logical stop. So it's okay to trade against your setup as long as you have a rational, reasonable reason to do this. It's not okay to just say, oh, I missed it. Let me try it again. It's not okay to do this kind of shit where, oh, I got stopped out. Let me just buy again. I buy again, buy again, buy again, buy again. This is just pure fucking degenerate gambling. This has thought and purpose behind it. And if it doesn't work on the first try, you can absolutely try it on the second try, as long as you have an intelligent structure about it. Does that make sense to everybody? You guys following what I'm doing? How I did this? Yes. So now we're still operating under a sell condition, and what I'm really looking for is at this point, big white dot and a failure of that white dot. So white dot followed by a no dot that creates a natural stop for me against which I can trade to the short side. There's no ICT order block on wealth charts, at least not the way I draw it. There's there is a indicator you can use on wealth charts, but it's not mine, and I'm using mine as my anchor. So I have no. I'm not. That's why I'm using two both trading view. I'm taking trades on trading on wealth charts, but taking getting the signals off trading view. So we have 10 minutes to the open. Actually, things livened up a little bit, right? Back down to the lows. Didn't quite get the white dot failure. It's really a strong sell condition. We really turned ourselves around here. This is not a horrible trade. Maybe worth a shot at like a one lot on the size. So sell this against the stop over here. This would be the stop, and see if we can get any kind of continuity. Again, I don't necessarily like taking the dot trades. I want to wait for the pause trades, but this is a true engulfing. It engulfed this little blue candle, so we'll give it a shot on a very, very small size. See if we can get any continuity. And if we don't, we actually have a pause trade here. So this is a reversal pause trade against the stop over here. The stop is on this candle. This would be the stop would be against this. That's right, this candle. And I'll just simply, I'll add to the position because I'm only at one size here, one lot. I'm selling here. Stop goes over here, and the targets will go over here. See, this is again like just me freewheeling. Probably going to pay the price for it, because the setup was, let's trade the retrace, trade this one. Had I come in here, that would have been easily resolved for a quick 5 points to the downside, right? But it wasn't, because I reached on the dot. I sold the dot. So now I put myself at a disadvantage. And when I blended the price, it wasn't quite the perfect entry price that would have been over here. Had it been over here, it would have been a good price, and I would have been able to just completely resolve it very quickly. Fortunately, there's such a dominant negative flow here that I all resolved anyway. But unnecessary, like it was an unnecessary risk to take, because if you follow the original structure, which is, hey, here's the dot, wait till you retrace, come back, your risk, your entry, your everything is just much better. Like I say, there's the ideal and then there's the real. But at least this gives you an idea of how the setup works, what I'm thinking about doing it, where I'm doing it well and where I'm not doing it well. So, today I'm a little bit off my game. But, we'll play it. I mean, the bottom line is it's just a very dominant sell move right now. There is nothing on the charts, nothing in the price action telling you that there is some kind of a, reversal move here. Anybody take that scalp with me or no? Having said this, though, this is interesting. We're not able to penetrate the 200 level, right? So let's watch this, because I am, I'm still going to do my inveterate bottom hunting if I get a higher low here. I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to buy market here. I am going to just gamble on the fact that this is the low, and I get a little bit of a pop, and I do. And there's a pop, and I just, did I clear myself up? Oh, no, I didn't. Let me flatten myself up. Something happened to my exit. Okay. Small little pop. I just couldn't resist, but it's pretty easy to kind of see, you have support. This is a really super easy scalp if you're kind of trading within the structure that I show you. All right, we took a quick scalp out of here. So still very much sell dominant. What I'm really, and by the way, if you're looking for that turn trade, that is like I said, a very, very good risk reward trade. You can almost make it into a trade in and of itself. If you're sort of a counter trend scalper, you could say to yourself, okay, I got a 5-point risk. I could, and I can hold my positions for 10, 15 points. You can just keep doing that, because, even as I do, you missed on this one, you won on this one, you win on this one. You win on bigger size and bigger P&L. It's a very good positive edge if you just want to kind of try to pick bottoms, pick tops off the moves. It's also, by the way, a lot easier to pick bottoms than it is to pick tops, because the NASDAQ is a naturally upward drifting instrument. So there's lots of opportunities for these turn trades on the bottom, where you can clearly see them. You can just simply clearly see that this, the dot, it's exhausted. Basically, the signal is dot, no dot, starting to get a little bit higher lows. You take it for the ride. Use the central candle as your anchor, as your stop anchor, and you're in good shape. Well, I have no interest in doing my own prop firm. God, last thing I want to do is manage customers. I'm happy to trade with people and teach people and work with people and get creative ideas from people. All right, we're getting more sell conditions. So this little turn on the pop was very, very small, but assaulting the 200. But by the way, we got about like 2-3 minutes to the market open, 3 minutes to the market open. So we're not going to trade, but it should be an interesting market open candle. Let's see what they want to do with it. So still building this a little bit of support, but they're trying to really break that 200 support. Pop and drop. We'll see. We have about 2.5 minutes left. This really feels like they want to rip it right before they dip it, right? It really, really feels like I'm kind of like, I just almost want to join on the pop here before they rip it. Just know it's going to happen, right? I'm gonna chase this just because I'm, and I got faked out. I knew I was gonna fake. Fuck. I got faked out. I knew it was going to be a fake out. I was like, let's see if they can just run it a little bit more. But they were one step ahead of me. Okay, enough fooling around. Let's get ready for the open, and then we'll try to really, really zone in on the trades. All right, we've got 1 minute to the open. Michael says first 15 minutes they're going to rally to 30,400. Maybe. I'm going to take one more chance, pop on this pop, see if they want to pop it a little bit in front of me. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I'm taking tiny little trades here just for shits and giggles because I really I don't have any setups just yet because the market is open. What time is it? 10 seconds left. Wow, I'm surprised at how little volatility there is still. Oops, no, they took me out. Yeah. All right, fine. New York opening up very negative. That's fine. Wow. Just notice, by the way, today how all of my counter trend instincts have all been completely wrong, right? I was like, I can't believe they're selling it so hard. I can't believe that they, there isn't a bottom here. And it's a good lesson of like, there's never a bottom until you see a bottom. Like there's no bottom right now. It's all sell, 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 sell. And until they actually create an ICT order block bottom, you don't really have a bottom. It's a very good just example of, me fucking around today with you guys. Fortunately, I'm doing it on very, very small size, but now it's just, now I got to basically work on trying to get it, organized here. Okay, so this was a classic, dot retrace. I took it back, which you can see how quickly I took it all back just on small size. Lots of volatility, so I'm trading small size. I'm probably not going to explain in my trades right now because I kind of want to focus on the trades, but I'm going to try and trade with trend right now. Very much so until I get myself anchored. Counter trend is harder than it should be. It's a very smart thing to say. I like that, T.S. Leon. That's a really good point. Counter trend is really harder than it should be. You're right. You are absolutely right. All right, we're still sell dominant. New York Open. London lows are actually not that far away. 30.70. This is like astrologer's favorite trade. They test London lows and they rip it back up. Excuse me. Oh. Wow. Sorry, guys. Astrologer says he's waiting for London lows, the 30.60. All right, fresh red dot. By the way, it's not like you couldn't have made money counter trend here, just to show you. But again, you need the sequence. Red dot, no red dot. This is your natural low. You're in over here at 44. The stop's 23. It pops fully 25 points your way, right? So it's not like you couldn't have had the trade. It's basically red dot, no red dot. That's the sequence you want for the structure that you want. Fresh red dot. Let's astrologer may be right. They're going to drive it right over here. And by the way, like that's where, if you're looking for that London low bounce, is the red dot, no red dot structure that we're going to try and work with. Although, why is look at this. This is so weird. This is showing London lows over here, whereas this is showing New York breaking London lows. This is not. I don't know why I have a discrepancy on the two charts, but it is what it is. $3,100 level. All right, we're gonna have fun with this. Oh, we'll see. Maybe not. Oh, fresh red dot. No trades, no trades. I'm coming back to the 30,000 here. This is the London lows on this structure. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it wants to come back to 30,000, or at least, in that zone before it kind of finds a little bit of a bounce. Oh, fresh sell block. Just brutal selling here. A really good trade, which I missed because I was just not quick to the thing. When you get a fresh sell block, you absolutely can just sell the dot because there's almost always going to be some continuity momentum here. But late to the ball now, and so we'll see. Oh, I pulled the trigger maybe a little too early, but let's see. I'm gonna try and maybe I pulled it a little too early. I thought it was gonna not be a red dot. I'm still gonna stay against the stop here. And boom. Again, this is an intelligent reversal trade, right? And by the way, could have been like more P&L if I just simply, gave it more juice. I don't want to, degen gamble with you guys. But if I was off screen, I would have had a little larger size on this. But I was just a little bit early on the move here. But the whole idea is, once you've made a bottom here, you can try to use that as a natural stop, right? Like right now, it's looking like it wants to make fresh lows. So there's no trades whatsoever. But if this trade bounces back up Doesn't leave me a dot. Does not end on the lows. It's worth another shot, to the upside on the reversal side. If you're trying to catch reversals on this thing. I know I promised you trend trades, and I'm doing the exact opposite. But regardless of what I'm doing, I want to explain, what the thought, because the trend trade here would have been, here's all the sell dots. This is the first non-dot trade. You would have been short here with a stop over here. Just these are really big stops. It was a 70, it's like a 30, 40 point stop. But it, definitely extended. You would have had, nice flow here. Instead, I chose the quick pop. Approaching at 30,000. So far, like no evidence of bounce just yet. Oh, it ran away from me. Wow, it got me a bad execution here. Okay. Fair enough. Ugh. Really bad execution. Okay. I'm staying against the lows. Nope. Got taken out again. Oof. Wow, the Paw Patrol setup is really working, and the other one is not. That's really the irony of the whole thing. Had I just simply followed my setup, I would have. I'd be fine. I really need to stop fighting my setup, but now I just can't help myself. Now I'm like, I gotta find the right bottom. But the only, the only saving grace is I'm not I'm not looking for the trade until it sets up. Wow. A really, really strong sell-off here. And I'm fighting the other way. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Okay. So again, you see me fighting the market, but at least fighting it intelligently, right? I took the the big reversal move here. This is going to bust this sell block over. So it's that when it does a sell block and it busts it, that's a pretty good reversal signal. So I'll stay patient here, but I'll try to buy here this over here. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm going to try and stay at the lows here. This is not like a great setup. This is just me freewheeling here, but I'm still staying at natural lows here. Oh, I'm getting myself killed. Nope, really reversing hard. I'm gonna eat the loss here if it doesn't hold the lows. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm just doing stupid stuff. I'm sorry. It's just like a perfect sell condition. I did buy the right bounce, but everything else I'm doing is really bad. Fuck. Come on. Come on. Fuck. I'm just late on my execution. I could just see it popping. Come on. Come on. Get the fuck up there. That rip is just not there. Come on. Get the fuck up there. All right. Finally. Sorry, guys. Again, bad execution. I should have had a lot more on this move, but I'm still staying to an intelligent strategy. You see the reversal. You see it's going to make the lower high, higher low. You try to take that move. All right, I'm going to stop putzing around. And unfortunately, we had such a big move here that it's going to be a little while before we can actually get reasonable small size structures for us to trade. But we'll pare down the size here, get myself back organized, and see if I can work my way back up to a P&L on this thing. A good example of like just me completely missing the scope and the size of this sell-off, just getting lulled into the idea that we're going to bounce back and bounce back and bounce back, fighting the market, but not losing size, not losing control, and only, and not doing random, let me just simply buy 100 times over. You see that, everything I was doing is controlled. And by the way, even if I had entered, if I was patient enough to enter over here, right, that would have still been a good trade here. That would have been like 30 points of movement. I would have had a really nice move here. I should have actually held it for longer, but I got so pissed at the bad execution. I should have been in over here. But anyways, whatever you're doing, have a rule for it. That's the bottom line, and follow that rule. That's the most important thing. Follow the rule on size, follow the rule on entry. And as long as you follow the rule, you will survive, and then you'll flip over and thrive. Today is like a really good example of just me making lots and lots of bad decisions, but not really suffering the consequences of them. But a lot of fun degen trading, right? So I have a feeling we're probably going to get in the next candle or two probably a buy block at this point, because we really did spike out and short cover. But if we don't, the natural trade here, and the one that I'm definitely going to do as far as trend goes, is dot, no dot, right? So if I have a no dot trade after this, we're going to use this natural stop, and we're going to be short, because this is really the short short signal operating in place here. Although it really looks like it's going to be a buy condition very, very soon. I think the shortcut structure is if you get 3 dots in a row, like if we get 3 green dots in a row, a big sell-off, we should get the buy condition coming up. There it is. There's the buy condition. All right, long here. The stop is going to be underneath this one over here, and target will be like somewhere around over here. Let's see if we can get this done. Okay, still buy condition in place. That was just a volatility move against us. And the buy condition may disappear. It just seems like it's just going to widen it up. We'll see if this low holds, then we'll try to get long again. But if it doesn't, we're going to assume that the buy condition is going to go bye-bye. Big candles. There we go. So secondary condition gets resolved. The buy condition still stays in place. I'm trying to trade a little bit more to my proper size. I'm going to grind it out. We're going to stick to our strategy here. Yeah, it's a crazy day in a sense that, like, I think nobody expected it to be so deeply negative, so deeply positive and deeply negative. But honestly, there's no excuses. The flaw lies with me. I basically did not take my own trend trades, which would have been a lot easier to take. I got into this counter trend mode, and the only saving grace you see, and this is the most important part of it, is that whatever I did, I didn't do it randomly. I had a set of structured rules. Whether they worked or not, I kept holding on to those rules, and this kept me in the game. And the very fact that it's kept me in the game means I'm hopefully going to have the good rest of the day and try to recover a lot of this stuff. But in order to be able to do that, you got to just stay in the game. So now the buy condition is still in place. We have a sell dot. If this dot, if it's a no dot candle, this becomes another buy point for us. Ah, fuck. Now it turns into a white dot. So much. The only problem is there's just so much vol that you basically wind up chasing a lot of these moves with very, very large risk. I'm not taking this trade because I'm going to wait for the no dot candle. All right, I'm long here. Stop is underneath here. Target will be somewhere around here. Get this done. And again, just trying to show you that when I stick to my rules, the discipline pays out. Again, you don't chase the white. You wait for the retrace. Your risk-reward ratios become much better. If you can hold on for longer, you obviously can, if this thing goes another 10, 20 points, it's been a really, really good trade to the upside. But at least, I didn't want to hold it because I had such a big risk against this. But I worked it back out. And like, again, now it retraces itself back up. Like I say to everybody, it's easy to win. It's very, very hard to come back from a loss. The real skill isn't coming back from a loss. And I'm hoping that at least, what you guys can see today is that I'm definitely not winning, but I'm doing something much more valuable. I'm coming back from a loss, which when you're trading is a million times more valuable. Anybody can win. You can win for 10 straight days, and then you lose on the 11th day and you lose everything. If you lose for 10 straight days but come back from all of them, you're assured to win for the rest of your life. That's the key thing. The skill here is to try to come back from losses, not to win. So hopefully it's the only lesson I can give you today on my birthday, but it's a good one. I hope you guys are enjoying it. And had I had it in a better position, you're in here at 40. This is a 200 point, $200 move here that you could have easily had if you simply held it again, because you had really, really good structure to come back in on. Anyways, we stay patient. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the birthday wishes. So I'm going to, again, get smaller, not larger on this right now, just because I have to put the stop over here. Let's see if my Paw Patrol structure works again. I'm going to put my target over here, and my stop has to be all the way underneath here. So let's see if we can Paw Patrol it again. If we can't, at least I'm on smaller size, which I need to be in order to recover it later. Flatten out. Good job. All right, there we go. I think like last 3 or 4 trades when I took them with my Paw Patrol setup, all worked, right? All worked because I want to show you how that works out. Oh yeah, yeah. We both won at 27, man. It's my lucky number. Exactly. Exactly. Oh my God. My sister sent me a photo of like when she was 5 and I was like 18. Oh my God. It's so funny. Yeah, there you go, guys. I mean, again, there is such a great discipline to trading Paw Patrol in terms of risk reward ratios are just so much better skewed to your side, right? I mean, had we traded this trade, had we traded this trade, had we even traded this trade, every one of these fucking trades, we're all winners, right? There's like 3 winners that I gave up here because I just try to catch the bottom, I'm just an innovator. My biggest problem is I love to catch bottoms. And it's, just a bad habit of mine. But you see that even in a bad habit, as long as you have rules, you don't tilt, right? But clearly, I should have just been with trend 3. Thank you, astrologer. I think this is going to be a great year. I feel really good about this year. It's the year of AI, guys. Man, I'm making such an amazing course for you guys on AI. I'm literally going to just turn you into the bionic trading man with this course. It's going to let you create. First of all, it's going to give you like a full trading education if you want it, like really, really full, like you write your own trading textbook. It's going to do that for you. And then it's going to give you a very cool, for those of you guys who are fundamental traders, it's going to give you a very, very cool daily fundamental brief. But the really cool part is it's going to let you create your own indicators without you having to do anything, like literally just press a button. It's going to create perfect indicators for you. So I'm very, very excited about it. Boom, ba-boom. Are we getting back into the sell mode? But here we go. This is another interesting thing. So this is the setup, right? If the candle doesn't, if we have a non-dot candle, this is still a buy. The buy condition still operates underneath. This is our natural stop, right? So we'll see. We'll see if the sellers get exhausted. Do we have any news at all right now? Yeah, I kind of feel that too. Red dot, not a trade here. Like I love all of this complaints against AI. Oh, 82% of token spend is on rework and stuff like that. Every time you have new technology, the only thing that is good at being old is that you remember every time you have new technology, you always have naysayers going, it's not going to work. I remember Paul Krugman basically saying that the internet is just a glorified fax machine. Like that is how fucking stupid people are. And what people don't understand about AI is tokens are going to be 1/1,000,000th of a penny. Like you're going to be able to have a PhD scientist for the price of $10 at your fingertips very, very soon. The computer's just going to be there. We got a little bit of a buy here. Let's give it a shot. Let's see if this is going to work. Maybe not. It's right underneath here. Let's see if it's going to work. Let's see if it's going to work. Trying to get this low end. Actually, I should have actually been buying over here. Sorry, I missed the trade. You know what? I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Take this trade out. If I'm late on the trade, the trade should have been here, right? You closed 22. What was the high here? 31. Yeah, I should have been buying over here. That was the scalp. Now it's coming back down. That's the other thing is very important. If you know you're wrong on the setup and you're late to the setup, just get the fuck out. All right, let's watch this again. Let's see if this buy block holds. This is a kind of a really interesting point here. They're either going to break the buy block or they're going to hold it in front, and then we're going to be able to buy this. Oh no, never mind. I take it back, guys. I take it back. We're in I'm not even watching. We're in the sell condition now. We are in the sell condition. So now we're in the sell mode, and this is the buy block sell over here. So unless this makes a red dot, we're going to be selling this against this stop over here. Against this stop over here. We're going to be selling this. All right, sold. Oh, just like really, really fucking shitty. It turned into a red dot on me. Fuck. I should have been patient. All right, we're going to put this over here. See if I can make this. This is going to suck. All right, we're going to stay. I'm going to stay in this condition up to here. Just say I hate fucking getting bad execution. So my natural stop is against this particular candle here. And I should be entering over here once the candle closes. All right, so this is going to be my natural stop. This is going to be my natural close. And if it goes against me, it goes against me. At least it's a legit trade. Stop should be at this 32s, right? Fuck. I can't measure. Yeah. This should be right over here, 302s. Just a bad fucking execution. I should have just waited over here. I would have had the 302s. And if I get tagged out here, it's a totally legitimate set, like a legitimate tag. This would have been the right trade. Doesn't work. That's fine. It's a totally legitimate trade here. Stop is against this natural stop. Fuck it. I'm going to have to flatten myself out. I'm going to flatten myself out. Too much risk. And I got myself into a bad entry situation. Fine. I'd rather take the stop here and reconfigure, even though I'm sure the risk, this is probably going to go my way right now. I don't care. I'm going to take the, I'm going to settle down and find the right structure here. This is a better risk right over here. Let me take it, because this will be the smaller, tighter stop if it holds. And if it doesn't, then we know we're turning around. See, and it's turning around, and it's like there's no point in trying to press the trade that wasn't going to be working for you. All right, now there's like two plays here. Either this is going to bust the sell block, and then we're back into the buy condition, or it's going to hold off and come back down, and then it's going to give us a natural stop. Let's see. 21 seconds left. And there we go. Much more intelligent trade, right? Much more intelligent trade. Better execution. Still shitty execution. I should have had a little bit better execution, but much more intelligent trade with the structure that we're trading, right? Let's look at like 15, 20 minutes with you guys, see if there's any more setups for us. See if they want to bust the sell condition and turn. It looks like they're making a higher low. Maybe they're ready to finally rally the thing. But for now, we're still operating under the sell block conditions. So sell block still operating, but very vulnerable to getting busted out, to getting mitigated, right? So we'll have to see. But look at that. Looky. Sellers coming back down. Maybe they want to test the lows here. Oh, where's my Paw Patrol thing? There's my Paw Patrol thing. I need my buddies to remind me. Why is it not working? Maybe it's over here. Yeah, I'll put them over here, nice and out of the way. All right, 21 seconds left. It's going to be a cell condition against the stop over here, natural cell stop, unless we get a dot, in which case, no. And now we're going to bust the last of the buy supports. We have a new cell block. Wow, that's a new cell block over here against this one. So it's really a fresh cell block. Okay. The most difficult part about this is just waiting until you get the no dot candle, because you just want to jump in and start selling, but the whole idea is not to chase. There comes the ambulance. All right, 47 seconds left. If this becomes a sell trade, this is a natural stop for it. All right, selling here. Stop is against here, and target is going to be here. Let's see if we can take that back a little bit. And there we go. Nice and clean, like a trading machine. Very nice. Hope you guys started to get the really. I mean, what did today prove? Today proved that if I stick to my process, I win. If I start doing degen, pick the bottom trades, I lose, right? Yeah, White House indirectly denies. I mean, of course they're going to deny. Jesus Christ, I can't. They should just need to fucking bomb the fuck out of them already. I'm so tired of this bullshit. Just capture the Strait of Hormuz, capture Karg Island, and say, get the fuck out. And that's it. Get it done. Targeting new lows. Yep, you're right. And and what did that teach us? That like if we stay true to the blocks, they carry us to target, right? I mean, we could have made more money, right? We could have made more money here. I just simply was very, very conservative with my targets. But it's not the money; it's the tactics. It's the tactics that work. The tactics is what works, and we should trust the tactics. That's the hardest part is trusting the tactics when it looks like it's just gonna turn, right? Oh, excuse me. Anyways, okay, I gotta go because Kay's gonna need me for more of her stuff. This was a really interesting day today. I managed to nearly screw the pooch, and then I came back from the dead. Still negative, but this is a very recoverable number. Maybe I'll recover today. Maybe I think the other thing is when you kind of beaten up the account that hard for the day, I may just simply let this account lay fallow, and maybe we'll pick it up tomorrow. And I'll work my other accounts, which are all green for the day, and work them in the tactics that I showed you, trading the tactics that I showed you, which work over and over and over again, right? Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Anybody have any questions on the tactics, any strategy, anything else? Anybody wants the indicator, please come join me in coaching. I will be sending the coaching link out in just a few minutes for tonight. So don't forget, coaching is tonight. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. TS, you had the best quote there. I got to go find it. What did you say? You said something that counter trend trading is a lot harder than it seems, or something like that. That was a very, very good quote. It was really, really true. All right, guys. We totally crashing new lows, but don't think that this is the end of the story. This is a typical move in the market where we just completely come down, and then I wouldn't be surprised if by the afternoon they rally the whole thing back up to the 30,000. We'll see. There's obviously a lot of liquidation going on right here. Pretty much one-way traffic. I'm not standing in front of it until I get some buy signals. But for now, we just want to follow the sell signals until until you see some counter trend moves. Okay. Everybody have a great day. Thank you so much, guys. Same time tomorrow, 8 o'clock tomorrow, Thursday. We get back again. All right. Everybody take care. Bye-bye. Harder than it should be, right? Exactly. Harder than it should be. Love it. Thank you. Bye-bye.